بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson 5 of the book, The Rights of Brotherhood. This lesson will deal with avoiding suspicion. True brotherhood requires that we assume that our brothers are honest and obedient to Allah. Therefore, in dealing with your close companion and with Muslims in general, you must avoid being suspicious of one another. Furthermore, precaution must be taken to avoid suspicion. Allah Azza wa Jalla has forbidden suspicion. He Most High says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعد الظن إثم. Avoid much suspicion. Indeed, some suspicions are sins. And remember Simon, when Allah mercy expounded upon this portion of the verses as follows. Allah the Most High has prohibited that large amounts of suspicion be leveled against believing Muslims because some suspicions are sin, such as suspicions that have no fact or evidence, or the evil assumption that accompanies many statements and actions that are forbidden by Islamic law. The continuous presence of evil suspicion in the heart of an individual is not limited to just the suspicion. Rather, that person will eventually say or do something that is not appropriate. In addition to that, having an evil assumption about a Muslim and hatred of him and enmity for him opposes what he is commanded to do by Allah. People of knowledge have explained that this means that there are suspicions that are sinful and some that are praiseworthy. However, the verse I just read is about having evil suspicions about your brother, having evil assumptions about him. The Messenger of Allah warned, Iyakum wadh-dhann. Beware of suspicion. The same in general, and is dealing with speech. He said, فَإِنَّ الظَّنَّ أَكْذَبُ الْحَدِيثِ. For indeed, suspicion is the most false type of speech. Suspicion, dhann, refers to assuming evil of others without clear evidence. The Prophet warned against it because, one, suspicion corrupts brotherhood. This statement of the Messenger of Allah deals with suspicion that takes place in the heart. Evil assumption breeds mistrust, they sever ties, and weaken the unity of the Muslims. Evil assumption leads to spying and backbiting. Once a person allows suspicion to take root, he begins searching for faults, which is known as tajassus, like a spy, which is spying and eavesdropping. This often leads to backbiting, and that is forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتاب بعضكم بعضا يحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم. O you believe, avoid much suspicion. Indeed, some suspicion is sin. And do not spy, nor backbite one another. Would you like to eat the flesh of your dead brother? You would hate it. And fear Allah. Allah is the one who accepts repentance. He's most merciful. Suspicion destroys justice and fairness. Treating people based on suspicion rather than truth leads to oppression, false accusations, and broken relationships. Suspicion is a tool of Shaitan. Shaitan whispers doubts and assumptions to sow hatred among believers. Therefore, if you detect within yourself suspicion, you must realize that suspicion is the most lying type of speech. It is your brother's right over you that you should only assume good of him and stay away from being suspicious of him. Suspicion is a sin upon a person because it opposes the foundation of proper Islamic brotherhood. And Imām Ahmed, that Allah mercy on him, in his book Az-Zuhd, stated that Umar al-Khattab once gave the following advice. لا تظنن بكلمة خرجت من أخيك مؤمن شرا وأنت تجد له بخير محملة. Do not think badly of a word that comes from your believing brother, and you can find for that word, if you can find in that word a good explanation. Umar al-Khattab is advising that a brother be given the benefit of the doubt in his statements. If there is a possibility of it being good, do not assume evil of it. That's because the bad assumption of your brother's statement that he will say what you should assume about your brother's statement. He will say what is proper, and he will not speak falsehood. Therefore, if the possibility exists that his statement is proper and correct, then assume that his statement is proper, and do not assume evil of him. In that way, you keep your brother safe from a lot of harsh criticism and suspicion, and you protect yourself from the commission of sin. And you also protect yourself and your brother from unwanted agitation and negative emotionalism. Abdullah Ibn Mubarak, may Allah have mercy upon him, once said, Al-Mu'min yatlubu ma'adir yaltamisu al-ma'adara. The believer seeks excuses for others and looks for an apology to accept it. Statements from people can originate from many situations. However, Shaitan comes to a Muslim to restrict the meaning of statements to only one negative possibility so that he can incite between brothers hostility and hatred. Allah Most High said, إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون. Shaitan was on to incite enmity and hatred between you with intoxicants and gambling, and hinder you from the remembrance of Allah, from Salah. So will you not abstain? In this verse, Allah exposes Shaitan's aim, which is sowing adawah, which is enmity and baghdha, hatred among believers. Suspicion has the same effect. It creates enmity, mistrust, and division, just as intoxicants and gambling do. Whether through outward sins like drinking or gambling, or inward sins of suspicion or envy, Shaitan's strategy is ultimately to disrupt the akhuwah and the imaniyah, the brotherhood of faith. True Muslims turn Muslims against each other and block them from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. Shaitan restricts the possibilities of words, situations to only evil ones, thereby causing sin. It will cause you and your brother to have hatred for one another and destroy the love between you. Therefore, if a statement comes from your brother, a person with whom you have established a clear brotherhood, do not allow Shaitan to whisper to you, so you will assume the meaning to be evil. Rather, accept it as good so you can maintain love for your brother in your heart. If a brother gives the wrong meaning to his brother's words and adds the worst meaning to it, he has violated his brother's rights. The Messenger of Allah said, لا تحسدوا ولا تناجشوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا يبيع بعضكم على بيع بعض وقولوا عباد الله إخوانا. المسلم أخو مسلم لا يظلمه ولا يخذله ولا يكذبه ولا يحقره. التقوى ها هنا ويشير إلى صدره 3 مرات. بحسب المرء من الشر أن يحقر أخاه مسلم. كل مسلم على مسلم حرام دمه وماله وعرضه. The Messenger of Allah said, do not envy one another. Do not inflate prices for one another. Do not hate one another. Do not turn away from one another. Do not undercut one another in trade, but rather be servants of Allah, brothers among yourselves. A Muslim is a brother of a Muslim. He does not oppress him, nor does he fail him, nor does he lie to him, nor does he hold him in contempt. Taqwa, piety, is right here. If he pointed to his chest 3 times, it's neither enough for a man to hold his brother Muslim in contempt. The hold of a Muslim is firm for another Muslim, his word, his property, and his honor. هذا وصول الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.